This is about a 4-minute clip of an ESPN employee being secretly recorded by James O'Keefe and his investigative crew. This is a producer at ESPN. I believe he's an African-American gentleman. I hate the word African-American. A black American that is talking about Stephen A. Smith's role at ESPN. I find this fascinating. I find it enlightening. I don't find it all that surprising, but let's play what James O'Keefe and his crew have exposed about what people at ESPN really think about Stephen A. Smith.
We have this one guy, his name is Stephen A. Smith. He plays the angry black man on TV. The angry black man stereotype is basically you're loud, you talk over people. What you say is not necessarily important, it's more how loud you are and how you deliver your speech. He does that pretty well. I think the higher-ups at ESPN and Disney see that. He's like this angry black man. He goes on Fox News probably like once a week. And he'll talk about like Gaza. And he has no idea about Gaza. Talking about like his views on Gaza. And we're like, brother, you were just talking about the Lakers like 3 hours ago. Like, what do you know about Gaza? Stephen A. had been talking about LeBron's son for like a while. LeBron like confronted him at a game one time, and then ever since that, Stephen A's been on like 4 different podcasts, basically like, I thought it was a weak move, like coming up to me and whatnot. It's just this whole like embarrassing thing that we're all like rolling our eyes at. They just think he's crazy, just trying to create attention, you know, which is his job, I guess. He gets paid a lot of money to do that stuff. To like create chaos, to create like controversy, like an argument. That's like his job, basically.
So he's like an investor?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Very much whoever's buying my shit, I will sell you my bull. Which it's like Fox News sometimes.
So what that confirms, and everybody knew it was obvious, but that everybody knows that Stephen A. Smith is a gimmick, and that Stephen A. Smith, there's no authenticity to Stephen A. Smith, that ESPN knows that they're promoting a clown, that ESPN knows that he has no credibility as it relates to politics, and really has no credibility as it relates to sports, and that here's Disney and ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, is promoting someone who's completely unqualified to do what they're hired to do. They're just there to create chaos and cliques and division, and to fit a stereotype of, as this man described it, the angry black man. And so Disney and ESPN, and we're not breaking news here, but their job is to promote racial division and to promote a buffoonery among black hosts. Because this extends beyond Stephen A. Smith. And they have a play-by-play broadcaster, the Mark Jones character, and Stan Verrett that sit on social media and pretend like there's Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or Baby Louis Farrakhan. And ESPN's good with this because this is the role that they have designed for black men. Promote racial division. For most of my adult life, I've struggled with my health, feeling sore and low energy. But Relief Factor, it's changed all that. I feel better, I move better, I think better. And here's the thing, it's only $20. You've got nothing to lose. In fact, about 70% of those who order Relief Factor go on to order more. Begin your journey, start your transformation, reclaim your life. Relief Factor. There are people like Stephen A. Smith who are paid to promote racial conflict and to promote a negative image of black people. Uninformed, emotional, loud, and just willing to say and do whatever. This is what Disney one of the most powerful influences in global culture, paying for what Stephen A. Smith is providing, a black buffoon, so that people dig into their animus and racial division and their racial pride. It's sad. And when you hear me talk about, hey, Stephen A. Smith is a plant, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody knows exactly what ESPN is doing, including ESPN employees. When they don't think they're on camera, when they don't think someone's listening to them, they actually say what they think and what they know to be true and what the conversation is like at ESPN behind the scenes. So I want to connect this, and we'll land the plane here, to what I talked about at the very beginning of this show as it relates to the NCAA tournament, as it relates to men, as it relates to the controlled demolition of American Christian culture. All of this is by design. You need this conflict so that they can transition us into a culture that is a total slave to the elites. And you can sit there and say, well, it's always been that way. And I would say, not to this degree. This is a new level. There was a path for all of us, black, white, brown, yellow. There was a path for all of us. If we assimilated and adopted certain biblical values, we could climb the ladder here in America. It was a system that was not perfect, but it was better than anything else. And people like Bob Iger and corporations like Disney are in on the controlled destruction of an America that far better served all of us than this new world order and this new system that they're creating that only serves the elite, puts power in the hands of the few, and they get to decide if you get to join their club. And so for black men here in America, they want you to tat yourself up, baby mama yourself up, pull your pants halfway off your rear end, avoid all education, act like a degenerate, act like radical materialism and pleasuring yourself at every instance in hedonistic sexual pleasure is the end-all be-all. Once you commit to all of that, then you get to join the elites. This is sexual degeneracy and a rejection of righteousness that's planned and being executed and orchestrated for all of us. You can see it in the NCAA tournament. You can see it in who ESPN and Disney invest in. You can see it everywhere you turn if you just take the scales off your eyes. And if you just remove the racial idolatry, well, as long as it's black, it's a good thing. No, degeneracy under any color scheme is degeneracy and an abomination to God. And it's a destruction of a culture that served all of us. Now we have a culture that serves a handful of elites, and your initiation fee is your righteousness. Help us grow the Fearless Army. Pound that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your fearless friends.